Manchester United taking on Sevilla in the semi-final of the Europa League for a place in the final. Really excited and looking forward to the game. Difficult game in prospect for Manchester United. This is our third semi-final of the season. The previous other two have ended in defeats to Manchester City over two legs, although we did win one of them games, and to Chelsea in the FA Cup where we were horrendous. Manchester United have really got to step their game up in this semi-final if we want to get to the final in Germany. Neutral ground means that just 45 to 50 minutes of bad football can knock you out of this tournament. It really can. If we don't play well for 50-60 minutes, Manchester United are going to have a real job on their hands to get through this tie. These are no mugs. We lost to them last time around under Jose Mourinho when we were seen as clear favourites. Although I was looking back at that starting lineup, there was no Paul Pogba starting, there was no Anthony Martial or Rashford starting the game. All three were on the bench, and Jesus Christ, all three of these will probably start this game. And it just shows how different Manchester United are now to what they were under Jose Mourinho. And that was really the start of a real downfall for Manchester United under Jose Mourinho. It really was Manchester United, as I say, being favourite for that. And that team, if you look at it, was pretty poor. I believe this Manchester United starting lineup, if we put out our best starting lineup, that starting lineup that we were putting out sort of after the lockdown pretty much consistently, if we put a similar team out to that, then that is, for me, is a better team, and we've progressed since that time when we lost to them. Although we haven't actually won anything, we've been horrendous at times. Now we are starting to see a lineup on paper that is better than what we had under Jose Mourinho. Now we've just got to go out there and put these performances on the table and prove that Manchester United are up there to win trophies. And we've got to be trying to win this competition because we've got to get that monkey off our back. We don't want to be getting to 4 or 5 years without a trophy, because Manchester United is about winning trophies. And I know a lot of people think this is a Mickey Mouse trophy. A lot of top English clubs have not won this competition in recent years. So I'm talking of the likes of Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal a few times, Manchester United under Van Gaal. There's a lot of top Premier League sides that haven't won this competition, have been knocked out. Liverpool got knocked out against Sevilla in the final. These are no pushover teams, finishing 4th in the Spanish league. These finished higher than Wolves. They knocked Wolves out. And Manchester United have had terrible problems trying to beat Wolves in previous years. We've really struggled, and they're beating Wolves. Maybe they did get a bit fortunate because Wolves missed a penalty, but even so, they've knocked Wolves out of this competition. My only thing is that, to me, Sevilla don't really look like a side that's going to put you to the sword. To me, they didn't really look like that against Wolves. And Manchester United, I'm hoping, will have too much firepower for these. But I thought we would have way too much firepower against Copenhagen. And as I did say, over 2 games, I think if Manchester United played that over home and away, one of them games against Copenhagen, probably the one at Old Trafford, had it been normal circumstances with fans, we would have probably won 4 or 5-0 and probably maybe scraped a draw in the other game away from home and gone through comfortably. But these one-off knockout games have made it so much easier for an underdog. And I presume Manchester United are probably going in as slight favourites for this game. And if we are, that doesn't do Manchester United or any of these teams in the Champions League or Europa League really any favourites being the favourite, because, as I said, 45, 50 minutes, you can have bad game, bad hour in this competition and you could be out. You really could. Whereas before, most of the teams that were favourite would generally get through due to winning the games at home. I mean, more often than not. I mean, obviously when you play a team more even, the Champions League, there's a lot of evenly matched teams. When a bigger team plays a smaller team in a knockout tie, usually the bigger team over 2 legs gets through. But this is a bit like an FA Cup tie where a lower league team is playing a Premier League team, and anything can happen on the given day. And if the Premier League team just does bad or a bit of luck goes for the smaller team. But these are 2 more evenly matched teams now, Manchester United and Sevilla. I mean, Copenhagen I think were probably fairly happy to take it to a penalty shootout and chance their luck. I mean, they didn't have a single shot on target. I just saw Manchester United played shit, even though we've had 13 shots and could have won on another day, as I say, 4 or 5-0. I still didn't think we played anywhere near our potential at all in that game, which just shows contrast of them 2 teams. That was like chalk and cheese teams, wasn't it, really? None of the Copenhagen players would have got into Manchester United starting lineup. but this is a bit different. Although most of the Manchester United players will probably get into Seville's team, it is a lot more even Steven in this particular match. Now, they've got former Manchester City player Navas playing at fullback, so I'm hoping, because he's playing at fullback or wing back or whatever you want to call it, I'm hoping he's sort of playing as an Ashley Young type fullback, where he's not too great and can get caught out. So I'm hoping the likes of Rashford, Greenwood, whoever, I mean, down the wings can cause these problems getting behind, and I'm hoping our forwards can get the job done, because as I say, I think Manchester United have got some good attacking players there. Just we didn't see enough of it in that previous game against Copenhagen. Rashford was very, very poor. I thought Greenwood and Martial were better, but obviously Greenwood having that goal disallowed for offside. Martial didn't get himself a goal, but on another day maybe could have got himself a goal. But I'm expecting Solskjaer to bring a few changes maybe in this game. Obviously Brandon Williams left back. If he's going for a back four, he could choose to go for a back five, but I think he's probably going to go for a back four. So it'll be obviously Brandon Williams, then it'll be Wan-Bissaka. It will probably be Lindelof and Maguire, but he could go for Bay again, because Bay did have not a bad game against Copenhagen. I thought he was a bit unlucky to be the one substituted, but he wasn't a yellow card, bit of a rash player, so that was probably why. Midfield will probably be Matic, Pogba and Bruno. I can't see Fred's done enough to keep a place in that starting lineup. Then obviously the front three, it's got to really be Rashford, Greenwood, Martial. Although Rashford was pretty poor in that game, but did play into the extra time, whereas Greenwood did get taken off for that extra time with Juan Mata coming on. But I thought he was a bit unlucky with that, because I thought he was better. Certainly in the first half of that game against Copenhagen, maybe he did start to fade in the second half, but he's a young talent and he's a much more of a goal threat than the likes of Mata and James. It does just show you I'm not too sure he's trusting James at the moment, because James didn't come off the bench in that one, so be interested to see if James does feature at all in this game. Maybe he will, maybe he'll start him ahead of Greenwood, I don't know, but I would go for pretty much full strength, because this team is going to be difficult to beat, and I'm not too sure if Manchester United's form lately, although we beat the likes of Leicester and Copenhagen, we haven't really been playing too well. We've had a couple of draws, hairy moments, draws against Southampton and West Ham. We just haven't looked quite the same as we did since the first few games after the lockdown. So I think this is going to be difficult, and to be honest, I think this is the stage where Manchester United could well get knocked out here. We lost to these before, as I've said, and I think that the Sevilla are just going to nick this game 2-1. I hope I'm wrong. Hope Manchester United can get through this tie, but I've just got a feeling that they may be up for it a little bit more than Manchester United. Manchester United have got a long, hard season ahead of them, and it's probably thinking about the season rather than winning this trophy, considering we've already got Champions League football. But I hope not. Hope Manchester United can go out there and do it. Let me know your thoughts anyway. It's just how I feel. I'm just not feeling that Manchester United are going to go out there and win this competition somehow. This is a difficult competition to win. I think people think that because it's not the Champions League, it's so easy to win, but if you don't put your full team out, you can certainly come unstuck. But it will be a different type of game to what we played against Copenhagen. I mean, that they were certainly very happy to get that to an extra time. They weren't really trying to go out there and go full leather to win that game. And this will be a bit of a different game. And if we play back five, who knows, maybe we could play well in a counter-attack style of play. We've done it against big teams this season. Maybe if they come at Manchester United, we can catch them out and play a lot better. Sometimes that is the case. We've played better against a lot of the big teams this season. It has brought the best out of Manchester United. But we haven't seen too much of a counter-attack style since maybe Bruno Fernandes come into Manchester United. So we will have to wait and see. But that probably will be a more counter-attack style if he does choose to play with a back five. And I'll presume he will bring Lindelof in, and he would have Maguire, Bay and Lindelof at the back if that is the case. And maybe Mason Greenwood would probably be sacrificed if we do go for the back five. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. How do you see Manchester United lining up? Do you think Manchester United will win the tie and get through to the final? Unfortunately, I think Manchester United are probably not going to win this tournament, but I would love to see it. If Manchester United were playing like we were 3 or 4 weeks ago when we were battering the likes of Bournemouth and Aston Villa and teams like that, then I'll be very, very confident. But we have dropped off just a little bit lately, but we do still have my opinion, that we are the best team left in it on paper. So it is still possible that Manchester United could win it. For me, we are still the favourites. I'm just not too sure we are going to actually go out there and win this game or win this competition. But let's go for it. We're Manchester United. We can do it. Come on, United. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're watching this on Facebook, please do hit the share button and head over to All Things Man United on YouTube and subscribe there. And I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.